Bridging the gap of illiteracy. Breakthrough on education amidst pandemic. Breaking connections to the world. Empowering language on humanity. Let's bring the world of learning in one channel. Welcome to Business Combinations English TV.
Hello everyone! Once again, I am Mom Pearl, your grade 7 English teacher, and welcome to our English Learning Hub. I hope that you have been enjoying our video lessons while learning. Don't forget to share this video to your classmates so that they can also watch and learn. In the previous week, which is week 2 of quarter 4, we talk about strategies we can use in effective conversation. There, we'll learn about conversation strategies and non-verbal cues as well as giving and taking down messages. Now, you can start a conversation with ease and confidence as long as you can apply what we discussed in week 2. Because having skills in English conversation can actually improve not just yourself, but also your social skills and eventually broaden your world as a student. This time, let us give ourselves another opportunity to learn beyond expressing our ideas. Welcome to determining the worth of ideas to make simple inferences. Pivot for a learner's packet. For the most essential learning competency, determine the worth of ideas mentioned in the text listened to. For enabling a competency, make simple and inferences about thoughts and feelings expressed in the text listened to. Process information mentioned in the text listened to. Day 1. Grade 7, look at the illustration. What can you observe? Think about this. What do you think the boy in the illustration will choose? And what do you think is his reason for having such choices? The student in the illustration is considering 5 different options. What did he pick out of the 5 options? What do you think he will do with those things? He selected a laptop, internet, and cell phones as the most important items because he may use all 3 to attend his online classes. Although the modules are required, they can also be found on his laptop. Similarly, popcorn is a great snack to have, but it is not required in the situation. In the same way, when we read, we keep only the important things. Making sense of the text and getting toward understanding requires determining important concepts and information in it. An author can provide a lot of information, but as a reader, you must decide on which knowledge is the most important for learning. However, this could be a challenge in listening, where possible distractions may occur, such when the speaker speaks softly or quickly. To eliminate these distractions, you must first learn how to connect to the speaker. In this lesson, you will know more about determining the worth of ideas mentioned in a listening text using the CASTS method, which stands for context, audience, speaker, tone or mood, and summary. It will guide you in making inferences about the thoughts and feelings expressed in the text you listen to. Now let's talk about the CASTS method, or we can simply call it the CAST method. Look at the acrostic meaning of it. Okay, we have there C for context, which pertains to location and time the speech held. A for audience, which refers to people who listen to the speech. And S for speaker, and this pertains to person giving the message or the speech. And T for tone or mood, and it refers to the attitude or feelings expressed by the speaker. S for summary, which refers to the main points of the speech. Let's talk about inferences. So when we say inferences, these are guesses you make by combining two things. So we have their details or information from the text and your prior knowledge or personal experiences. So these inferences are helpful for you to arrive with the summary of the speaker's message. While listening, you will process the information delivered by the speaker to formulate your inferences. You will also reflect on the message for you to understand the context and impact of the speech. You might be thinking of the following question. First, what is the purpose of the speaker in delivering the speech? Next, how did the message change me after I have listened to it? And is the message new to me? How can I share this knowledge to other people? To better understand the CASTS method, the table below presents the guide questions and steps in making inferences. An example for each method is also provided. Now, let's talk about the CAST method one by one. So within the context, we will be guided by the guide questions. Where did the speech take place? When did the speaker deliver the speech? And how do other participants react to the speech? And how to come up with your inferences within the context. You're going to describe the speech based on your prior knowledge or explain the significance of the location and time where the speech was held. So we have here example. The speech was held in the school at 8 in the morning as part of the opening program. So under audience, we will be guided with the guide questions. Who is the intended audience? What age range or group do they belong? Do they have similarities? Are they coming from a group of organization? And how to come up with your inferences under audience. You're going to describe audience's participation in the speech, explain why they are intended audience based on the text you have listened to. And for example, students from Buenaventura Alande National High School will be in the audience for the dance competition. So under speaker, so guide question, what position does he or she have in a group or organization? How important is his or her presence in giving the speech? How to come up with your inferences on the speaker? You're going to describe the background information you know about the speaker. So we have here example. The speaker is the principal of BANHS who is very supportive of such events. So under tone or mood, for guide questions, what words did the speaker use that made you feel the emotions portrayed in the speech? Is the speaker fearful, angry, surprised, serious, or humorous? How to come up with your inferences? You're going to write the words that make you feel about the speech. Describe your emotions that you felt after listening to the text. For example, the speaker is excited since she announced that the contest winners will receive prizes. And under summary, for your guide questions, what salient important points that the speaker mentioned in his or her speech? What is the central message that the speaker wants to convey? And how to come up with your inferences? You're going to list down all your thoughts, insights, and opinions about the points that the speaker has mentioned. For example, the speaker delivered a message regarding the division's upcoming dance contest. Students from BA/NHS will compete, and I believe they will win the competition like they did last year, as she mentioned. You have developed your ability to cite text evidence in the previous quarter, and now you are working on another important skill, making simple inferences. You may not realize it, but you have been employing these skills in your daily activities. All you have to do now is put it into practice while reading or listening. When inferring from the text, integrate your prior knowledge or personal experiences with the evidence provided by the text. For your first task, listen to an excerpt of President Rodrigo Duterte's State of the Nation Address 2020. Then, answer the question in the graphic organizer. Again, grade 7, you are going to listen to the speech of President Duterte during the State of the Nation Address 2020. And then, here are the questions that you need to answer while listening to his speech. The number 1 question, after hearing the speech for the first time, were you able to understand it? Why or why not? Number 2, how is the message being delivered by the speaker? 3, why do you think the message is important to you as a student? 4, what are some ways you can pass on the knowledge or information you gain from the speech? You can watch or listen to the speech on this link. If you do not have access to the internet, a transcript of the speech is available below. Sonnet 2020, no face-to-face teaching unless students are safe. Duterte. Excerpt of President Rodrigo Duterte's State of the Nation Address 2020. Until the COVID-19 vaccine is available, I will not allow the traditional face-to-face class teaching or learning unless all risks of exposure to sickness are eliminated. I cannot and will not put to risk the health and lives of our students and teachers. 2 weeks ago, I seem to have said that I would allow the face-to-face classes to resume. But we were talking actually of January because my thinking is that by September we would have the vaccine. How to get it from the producers or from other governments is really something which we have to deal with because it is a global need and everyone would go for it. Day 2. Learning Task 2. Consider the line lifted from the speech. Use the table to make a simple inference using the information from the text and your prior knowledge or personal experience. Okay, so we have here the table. On the first column, it says, or it has the information from the text. Until the COVID-19 vaccine is available, I will not allow the traditional face-to-face teaching or learning unless all risks of exposure to sickness are eliminated. And on the next column of the table, I say you're using your prior knowledge or personal experience. And on the third column, you're going to complete the statement. So I infer, and you're going to apply your own inference regarding the given text. Day 3. Learning Task 2. Complete the graphic organizer by filling out information from the excerpt of the speech of President Rodrigo Duterte during the State of the Nation Address 2020. So using the CASTS method, we have there on the first box, you are going to apply the context. And under A, you are talking about the audience. And for S, you're going to talk about the speaker. And T for the tone or mood. And S for your summary. So we have here guide questions. First, what is the context or location and time of the speech? Second, who is the intended audience? Third, who is the speaker? Fourth, what tone or mood is expressed on the speech? And fifth, how will you summarize the speech? Day 4. Remember the importance of applying the CASTS method to determine the worth of ideas in the listening text was emphasized in this lesson. You can utilize the method to make simple inferences from the details provided in the text, which is especially useful when summarizing the speaker's message. Again, for CASTS method, C for context, A for audience, S for speaker, T for tone or mood, and S for your summary. The formula below can help you remember how to make inference. First, you are going to familiarize yourself with the details or evidence from the text, plus prior knowledge or personal experience equals inference. Learning task 4. Apply what you have learned from the previous activities. Listen to the speech given by Secretary Leonor Montones-Briones for the World No Tobacco Day 2020. Then, complete the table following the CASTS method. Okay, for the CASTS method, for the context, here is your guide question. Where did the speech take place? When did the speaker deliver the speech? How did other participants react to the speech? You're going to provide your answer, answering the questions when and where. And for your audience, who is the intended audience? What age range or group do they belong? So you're just going to answer the question who. And for a speaker, how important is her presence in giving the speech? You're just going to answer the question who. For tone or mood, as your guide questions, what words are used by the speaker that made you feel the emotion portrayed in the speech? You're just going to answer the question what. And for your summary, what salient or important points that the speaker mentioned in her speech? And answer the question what. You can access the video on this link. If you do not have access to the internet, use the transcript below to complete the task. Message of Secretary Leonor Montones-Briones for the World No Tobacco Day 2020. The Department of Education, especially its learners, teachers, staff, and all parents who are part of our 27 million army of learners and 900,000 army of teachers, are very pleased, enthusiastic, and happy to participate in this launching of the World No Tobacco Day on May 31st. This is a great occasion for us to remember that despite of the long years of campaign against tobacco, the danger is still there. The technology for the communication for convincing and capturing more victims are still there. Only we do not notice them at all. I have a very personal commitment against tobacco. 3 of my brothers passed at an early age because they are smokers. They died from smoke-related illnesses. Even when they stopped smoking already, the diseases associated with smoking caught up with them anyway. We have people who are close to us, friends close to myself, who are in 4 stages of cancer, having heart diseases, lung diseases, and all sorts of illnesses which may not generally be associated immediately with tobacco smoking but can be traced to earlier of smoking and prolonged smoking. Hence, my personal commitment to this campaign. I grew up with a background where we are taught to respect our bodies, not to poison our physical systems with all sorts of destructive material, and to consider our bodies as temples of God which we must not destroy. I have carried this commitment throughout all my life. Sometimes, we think that the campaign against tobacco smoking has already been won. In the Philippines, with a very long campaign that talks to impose higher taxes on tobacco and other poisonous substances by taking them very, very highly. It is a very long campaign and I participated even before I was the Secretary of Education. And so, we think that the campaign was over. We think that the battle was already over. This is because there are other substances which are more dangerous and much more harmful. The truth is, the danger of tobacco is still here. New methods at capturing young people to get involved in cigarettes is still continuous and false information is being spread. This is because we think it's all over, and this is because sometimes it happens, the impacts, the diseases, the distraction happens after a period of time and is not immediately identified as smoking. Therefore, I encourage the Department of Education, especially with our 27 million young learners or 900,000 teachers, our staff, our personnel. I encourage the department to continue this campaign. The enemy is still with us. It is still with our system. Cigarette smoking is still associated with being macho, with being glamorous, with being beautiful or good looking, and it offers reliefs from tension, from whatever bugs us, or it offers escape from what we consider as challenges in our life. But these dangers accumulate and eventually we pay for it. I congratulate, therefore, our colleagues, the Department of Education, who have initiated this campaign. All of us who participated and will continue to participate in this month-long celebration. I also congratulate all other organizations who continue the campaign, who tell us not to forget, who remind us that the danger is still there, who reminds us that the enemy has not left. The tobacco is as dangerous as ever, and insidious as ever, and as deadly as ever. Thank you and good evening. And for the sources, we have Department of Education, English Grade 7 Learners Materials, Philippines, FEP Printing Corporation, 2017. We have DepEd Philippines, message of Secretary Briones for the World No Tobacco Day 2020, YouTube June 6, 2020. Rappler, we have SONA 2020, no face-to-face teaching unless students are safe. Duterte. So we have YouTube July 27, 2020. And Department of Education, English Grade 7 Learners Materials, Philippines, FEP Printing Corporation, 2017. We bought 4A Learners Packet.
Congratulations! You have successfully go through week 3 of quarter 4. Again, we are going to follow the submission procedure we did in the last 3 quarters. Just make sure to complete all the tasks. You may contact your English subject teachers for any clarification or follow-ups. And lastly, don't forget to like our video and hit subscribe to be updated for new videos. You can also share this video so that others can also watch and learn. Please stay tuned for quarter 4 with 4 video coming up very soon. Just relax and take your time. Bye! See you in our next session. Happy learning!